Hello, everyone. My name is Harmony, and I'm going to share a little bit about who I am and what has shaped me. I believe that the two of the biggest influences in my life are my love and passion for crafting, as well as my Mexican American family traditions and customs. These parts of my identity really show you what matters to me and where I come from. So I'm excited to share more about who I am and what my cultural roots entail. First off, crafting has always shaped my identity as it gives me a way to show my thoughts in a way that my voice cannot carry on its own. And my Mexican American family has specific customs like their Christmas Eve or New Year's customs that have influenced the way that I see the world in some ways. And first of all, like I remember crafting being a passion of mine since my very earliest moments. I would draw and paint and make all kinds of handmade trinkets. I would make handmade birthday cards or just other stuff. And I have and always will find immense joy and fulfillment creating something, especially if I'm creating something for someone from scratch. It makes me feel accomplished and it serves as a way for me to connect with others. And it could be from personalized cards or handmade gifts for a loved one, but crafting on its own, it's just a way for me to show my appreciation for those around me in a very tangible and heartfelt way. Furthermore, my parents and also my grandparents, they celebrate Noche Buena. So on December 24th, we all gather in one house. We set the table and we open presents at 12 a.m. And what stands out to me on Christmas Eve is helping my grandma like make tamales by spreading masa across corn husks for tamales and hanging certain decorations that she's had from since she was a child in Mexico. And just the smell of the steamed corn and as like well as the decorations and the glow of like the colored bulbs she's kept since forever, it really marks the year more clearly to me than like any calendar could. Additionally, another tradition in my family is we cook pozole every year for New Year's. The pozole itself, the stew, contains hominy, pork, chicken. It could contain chicken, it just depends. Dried chiles, garlic, oregano, and it stands on its own, like in most Mexican tables, like mostly on New Year's or just all year round. And when the broth begins to bubble and you can really smell like the aroma of the broth like all around the house, like it really pulls every like like previous December 31st into the kitchen. Like it just like really it gets me excited. And plus it gathers the whole house around the pot because everyone's excited to eat it. And it has instilled something within me, like a sense of pride, and it makes me genuinely like believe when I was younger. Like I could not imagine like what any other culture or were eating like during these two holidays because I genuinely thought it was just like the norm to eat tamales and pozole like every year during um those holidays. I had no idea. My cultural artifact what currently is this hat that I am making for my baby sister. It's a DIY custom princess hat. It's not done, but most of the stuff that I make I give away, so this is the only really thing I have to show. Her birthday is princess themed. She's gonna turn 5. And I feel like this hat it really reflects on my creative side. Obviously I love making crafts and a big part of my identity is being someone who creates and gives. As most of my crafts are gone, so I only have this to show. But mm, most of my crafts end up as gifts to people because I enjoy seeing their reactions and I enjoy making them feel special. So even though this is just one item, it represents a bigger part of who I am. And I also believe that this person's hat also represents how important family is in my life. I made it for my baby sister's birthday because like we're obviously celebrating its princess theme. And for me, making things for people I care about is part of my family culture. It's how we show love and celebrate together. So overall, crafting and my Mexican American background they form the largest part of who I am. And through these two things, I'm able to express myself creatively and connect with others on a deeper level. And similarly with my family tradition, especially things like around holidays and like Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, it makes me feel proud of like my heritage, and it's made me have like a deep appreciation for the values that have been passed down through generations. And so I will continue to live my life with these complexities and hopefully forge my own path. Thank you for listening.